Let's get it going. Let's get it going. Speed Demon, Matt Koss, Shane Butler in the house, Mitch Porter, Young Reezy the GOAT, don't talk too soon. No idea what that means. Mo Bamba, Too Quick Za, Raisin, Abe Link, Phil Evans, yeah. Run It Back Nation, what is good? It is your boy DJ Eastwood, Run It Back Philly. No frauds, no fanboys, no intros. This is another edition of Sixers post-game live only on Run It Back Philly. The biggest and best Sixers post-game live call-in show in the entire world. This is brought to you by Manscaped.com. Go to Manscaped. Get the Lawnmower 4.0. It's the best razor ever invented. Skin-safe technology. Quiet. Flashlight. Take care of yourself. Be smoother than a baby's ass with one of these. Be smoother than Luther Vandross in his prime. Be smoother than Tyrese Maxey on the floor in 2022. Use the promo code NOINTRO20 for 20% off and free shipping. If you're not using Manscaped, what are you doing out here looking like a 70s porn star? What's up, everybody? Thanks for being here. Hit the like button on the stream. Subscribe if you're brand new. Try to keep it clean in the chat. It's on the screen. All right. I had to block somebody last episode because he's a knucklehead. That's why. So the Philadelphia 76ers remain undefeated in the NBA preseason in 2022. The Eagles are undefeated. The Philadelphia Phillies won the first playoff series in 11 years. And the Philadelphia 76ers are this close to the preseason championship in the NBA. They beat the Cavaliers 113-97. Tyrese Maxey. 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 That's it. That's the post-game show. Tyrese Maxey. We'll see you guys later. Thanks for tuning in. Hit the like button on your way out. Tyrese Maxey. Tyrese Maxey not only looks like Joel Embiid didn't play this game, okay? Tyrese Maxey not only looked like the best scorer on the Philadelphia 76ers team tonight, he looked like the best scorer on the court. Yes, he looked better than Donovan Mitchell. He looked better than Darius Garland. He looks absolutely, positively legit. And I know We've been saying it's not easy to have 3 All-Stars. It's not going to be easy. Tyrese Maxey can play at an All-Star level this season and still not make the All-Star team just because of, Bradley Beal and Zach LaVine and on and on and on. But God damn it, Tyrese Maxey is playing like a certified All-Star NBA player. There's no two ways around it anymore. Nobody can say he's not. Nobody can say that. They were saying it all summer. You guys are overrating Maxey. He's this, he's that. He's okay, but you're overrating him because Sixers fans overrate players and on and on and on. And you're right about certain players that we overrate, but this kid is an all-star. I can't believe it. I said the only thing he's missing is that confidence. The only thing he's missing is that drive, that, and what Doc Rivers said to him in that live practice. Call a play for yourself. You're here now. You're one of them. Joel, Harden, you're one of them. Call plays for yourself. Be aggressive. Go down the floor and call your own play and get to the bucket and shoot your shot. That was the only thing missing. And so now in a couple of preseason games, man, he comes out the gate. As soon as the ball is tipped off, he's playing like, you know what he's playing like? Because he's been capable of this his entire young career so far. He's playing like that game. Remember that game where he dropped 39? The COVID game last season where nobody played. And so Maxey just went out there and put up 28 shots and dropped 39 points. That's how he's playing right now. He's completely unlocked. He's completely confident. He's completely in control. He's just a 21-year-old all-star level player right now. And I can't believe it. He looks like he doesn't miss. He comes out first 2 possessions where he got an open shot. First of all, he was wide open. And even the Cavs announcer, this was on NBA TV, so we had to listen to the Cavaliers broadcast crew. Guy kind of just makes shit up, doesn't really know what he's talking about. It was borderline unlistenable, but then again, we have Alad Benabi and Kate Scott, so we're not going to go there. But the first 2 shots that he got were wide open, and even the Cavs announcer said, don't leave him open. Now, if you would have told me, from his rookie season or coming into the league shooting 29% from 3 in Kentucky, shooting 30% his rookie season from the three-point line, if you would have told me the very next year, or that was last year, if you would have told me in his 3rd year, he would be so lethal from the three-point line that opposing teams' broadcast crews say, don't leave him open, I would have told you you're crazy. I would have told you you're insane. What he did in last offseason was incredible. What he did this offseason was incredible. And yeah, they were hyping the Cavs up like crazy. It was, but that's their home announcers. But it was like, bro, you guys are down by 20 in a preseason game. You still have Donovan Mitchell and Garland out there almost in the 4th quarter, and you're still losing. But anyway, what Tyrese Maxey did these past 2 offseasons is amazing, and what he looks like right now is unbelievable. He comes out. You know what? The thing about it is his shot. I thought his shot when he was a rookie was a little bit low from the hip, kind of in the middle of his chest. He got it up a little bit last season. And now really his 3-point shot is so square and quick. It's almost like it's perfect. I really, he doesn't have like a Ray Allen above the forehead release or anything like that. He does still shoot it like right here in front of his face. But it's so quick and it's so square. I see him wide open, and it just looks completely automatic. It looks automatic. I mean, I didn't look at the numbers across all of the games, but he shot 80% the first preseason game. Tonight he went, where are we at here, Tyrese Maxey? Tonight he was 6 for 14, 3 for 5 from 3 for a very nice 60%. He looks like he can't miss. And he looks, when he's wide open, it's like, it's automatic. It's automatic. So he starts this game out 3 for 3 from the three-point line for 9 points in the first 3 minutes of the game. And Abe Link, shout out to you. I saw your comment when I first jumped in here. Said Maxey can be a 25-point per game scorer. I think so. I think so. He had 19 in this game in 24 minutes. 4 for 4 from the free throw line. I don't want to overstate it, but I don't think I can. I don't think I can say enough. He looks absolutely perfect. He starts the game 3 for 3 from three-point line for 9 points in 3 minutes. Just coming out the gate, just absolutely killing. 15 points in the first quarter. And yeah, he finished with 19 because, he didn't play the fourth quarter, played like half of the third. In a real competitive regular season NBA game, if Maxey has this mindset, I guess that's the only thing that I'm still like, I'm curious to see. Is Maxey going to play with this level of green light in the regular season with Joel Embiid and James Harden on the floor? And that's been like the topic of discussion now for a couple of weeks since the preseason started. I'm to the point now where, yes. I'm to the point now where it's yes. Tyrese Maxey needs to play like this. Tyrese Maxey does not need to take a back seat to James Harden. Tyrese Maxey shouldn't even be taking a back seat to Joel Embiid. It should be 1A and 1B, Joel Embiid, Tyrese Maxey, and we're going to talk about James Harden in a second. But 17 points at halftime, he's looking absolutely incredible. One of my favorite plays from him in this game was one dribble from the block into a one-footed fadeaway. He catches the ball, shot clock running down on the block, dribbles back out towards the free throw line, and hits a one-footed fadeaway jump shot. So, the three-point range, the finishing at the rim, adding a mid-range to his game, getting creative, floaters, one-footed fadeaways. He looks totally unstoppable. That's all I can really say about Tyrese Maxey. He looks incredible right now, and I'm consistently blown away because he's not missing shots. I mean, he missed a mid-ranger in the first quarter. I think he missed 2 mid-rangers, but when he's wide open, he really has time to square up. It's like automatic. It's crazy right now, and I'm so excited to see if he continues this level of confidence, getting up 14 shot attempts in 24 minutes. In the regular season when he's playing 31, 32, 33 minutes, is he going to put up 20-plus shot attempts? I hope he does. I've been saying that for a couple years now. His efficiency has been there. His efficiency was there last season. It's clearly there this season again. He just needs to be more aggressive and get up more shots, and he's doing it so far in this preseason, so I really hope he continues to do that all season, man. Like, this is exactly what Joel Embiid needs. This is exactly what the Philadelphia 76ers need. Joel Embiid is in, his 8th season in the NBA? He has not had a guard like this his entire career so far. He hasn't had a guard like this his entire career so far. And this is exactly what a center like Joel Embiid needs. Not just to take pressure off of him, to open up the defense, to get Joel more one-on-ones in the post, on the block, at the elbow, things like that. But throughout the regular season, to give Joel Embiid a little bit of a breather. Hey, guess what? On Monday night against the Detroit Pistons, I don't have to go 110% because I have Tyrese Maxey. So I'm really excited to see if Maxey keeps up this level of confidence and just absolutely off the charts efficiency in the regular season. And of course, that leads me to James Harden, because James Harden, this offseason is supposed to be, hey, James is getting in shape. James is getting his game back. James is going to be the elite version of James Harden again. James is going to be close to Houston Harden. I'm not going to take too much away from a preseason game when it comes to James Harden. That's all I'm going to say basically right now about it, because this game started, James looked the way that he looked. Of course, Twitter's freaking out. Of course, the internet's freaking out. People are DMing me saying Harden's washed again. If he looks like that 10 games into the regular season, then I would start to say, okay, what the hell? We were supposed to get a better version of James Harden, and this looks the same. Here's my assessment of James Harden tonight. James Harden was hungover. That's my assessment. James Harden's hungover in this game. I'm not kidding at all. I really think that. Because I don't think James Harden gives a shit about a preseason game. I don't think he should give a shit about a preseason. Why should he give a shit about a preseason game? You know what I mean? Like, Joel Embiid not playing in this game is because it's Joel Embiid. He's a certified superstar. He's in the middle of his prime. He has nothing to prove. You know what Joel Embiid does. You know when he gets in the game what he's capable of. He doesn't have to play in the preseason. James has to play because he has a little bit to prove here. He has to show, he's trying to show people that he's back in shape, that he looks quicker, more burst, healthier, all that than he did last season. So he's playing in the preseason, but that doesn't mean that James Harden wasn't in an NFL stadium somewhere yesterday with Lil Baby and Lil Glue Stick, drinking some 32-ounce pounders, eating some chicken wings. You know what I mean? The way James Harden looked in the beginning of this game, I think he was watching football at Delilah's until 5 a.m, or he was at an NFL. Because he doesn't care about a preseason game. So the beginning of this game, he looked sluggish. He looked slow. He looked tired. You know, and people are watching that overreacting. I'm not going to overreact because I legitimately think James Harden is still in his off-season routine of, hey, this game, it's a preseason. I got to play a preseason game tomorrow. Whatever. You know, I'm going to drink and hang out, enjoy some football, chill. And today he looks a little bit tired, you know? It's kind of, I'm not going to lie to you. It's exactly how I feel right now. If I went out and tried to play a basketball game right now after what I did yesterday. That's how James Harden looked in the beginning of this game. So, like, right off the bat, he had 2 turnovers in the first quarter that were on basic, you know, dribble series. Just, you know, trying to split defenders or just trying to simply go around a screen for a pick and roll. He's losing the ball, dribbling it off his knee, kicking it. You know, it wasn't looking good early. He got Mobley to bite on a step back 3 that he got a foul call on. That was a questionable one, but we'll take it if James is going to get 3 shots at the line regularly by doing that. We'll take it. That's what he does. You know, you have to give the shooter space to land. However they say it, you're in the shooter's landing space. So he gets 3 free throws there. A couple possessions later, he gets. I don't remember who it was. I don't think it was Mobley again, but he really cut someone up a couple possessions later and got a lot of separation on the step back. I mean, it looked like old school James Harden step back, and he missed that one off the back of the rim. But I think as the game went on, you started to see more quickness, more bounce, and then he hit a step back 3 a little bit later, and he hit another one in the third. James had 11 points, 3 for 8, 2 for 4 from the three-point line. Somebody on Twitter said to me, the main thing I'm concerned about, or the main thing I want to see this year is James Harden's three-point efficiency, and I completely agree with that. You know, even if he's not crossing people up, making them fall over, he did last game. But, you know, even if he's not playing at a unbelievable superstar level, he definitely has to be an efficient three-point shooter. Again, it's exactly what Joel Embiid needs from James Harden and from Tyrese Maxey. So other teams can't throw the kitchen sink at Joel when you got guys performing on the perimeter. Last year, especially in the playoffs, James wasn't efficient from the three-point line, wasn't confident from the three-point line. So that's definitely something that I saw today. He looks like he's getting more elevation on his shot. It looks quicker. It looks more like James Harden. And then in the third, he gets Jarrett Allen in a one-on-one, and he calls him out. He tells Maxey, get the hell out of my way. He tells Tobias, get the hell out of my way. I can take Jarrett Allen one-on-one. And he drives, takes him all the way to the rim. Key here, beats him to the rim and finishes at the rim with decent elevation. I think last year James didn't have that burst. Last year, James right there probably does a little slow, like Euro step, tries to use his size and strength to get a little floater off or something like that. So the fact that he got by Jarrett Allen, who is a good defender. I don't know if Jarrett Allen is really known for guarding the perimeter, but I'm just saying I think James had burst on that play, had elevation to the rim, and the fact that he had the confidence and the swagger to back up and say, I'm going to take Jarrett Allen one-on-one, and I'm not going to do any BS. I'm going all the way to the rack. That made me feel good about James Harden. So that's really all I can take away from a preseason game with James Harden. I don't think he's obviously taking the game seriously in the preseason. So, everybody freaking out. You just need to calm the fuck down a little bit. It's a preseason. It's James Harden. He's a 10-time All-Star. He doesn't have to come out here and give 100% effort, and I don't think we want to see him come out here and give 100% effort. But I think he looks like he has a little bit more quickness, a little bit more of a burst to the rim, the first step off the dribble, and his 3-point shot's looking pretty damn good. And that step back is looking pretty damn good. So I'm pretty happy with it. I think he had some fun yesterday in an NFL stadium, and he was a little bit hungover today. That's what I think. Because it's a preseason game and it doesn't matter. That's where I'm at with it, man. That's where I'm at with it. Thanks, everyone, for being in here, man. So a couple more notes we'll go over. We'll chop it up. And then, if people want to call the show or just drop some comments, questions, we'll read the chat and we'll hang out for a little while. Matisse Thybulle starts the game. Wide open three. Air ball. And I'm like, oh my God, bro. Oh my God. Matisse Thybulle, wide open three. Air ball. Oh my God. And I was like, that's it. That's it. And my girlfriend's sitting right next to me, and I was like, see, he's not an NBA shooter. He's never going to be an NBA shooter. I was freaking out after that first air ball from Matisse Thybulle. But I have to say, first of all, I give him credit for trying, because we watched a player for 5 years who was so scared to shoot a basketball that he would not ever even try it. So I got to give him credit for having the confidence to pull that, right? Exactly, Tim. He kept shooting. That air ball didn't get in his mind. That air ball didn't tell him, shit, I suck. I can't shoot. I need to stop shooting. Because that's probably what they've been saying to Matisse Thybulle this entire offseason. You need to shoot. You're a great defender. You have incredible intangibles. You have incredible natural gifts to dominate the league defensively, to hound players, to really make it hard for offenses to do what they want to do in a half-court set. But on the other side of the ball, you absolutely are going to have to be a shooter. So you're going to have to shoot it. So that air ball didn't get in his mind. Didn't fuck him up at all. Didn't make him say, didn't kill his confidence. And he kept shooting. And he started hitting. Pretty sure the first one he hit was in the corner on it was like a weird play where we were just kind of passing the ball around the perimeter. No real plan or anything. The shot clock's running down, and Matisse, or Maxey kicks it to Matisse in the corner, and he's smothered, the red line on 2K, and he hits it. And I'm like, okay, so maybe wide open, he's not good because he thinks too much. maybe if he's smothered in the corner, he's a better 3-point shooter. So he nails that one in the corner, smothered, and I was like, wow, did Matisse just hit that? Then he hit 2 more 3-pointers in this game. And the stroke looked clean. The follow-through looked good. His confidence was there. I did a I did a 180 on Matisse Thybulle over the course of 2 quarters in a preseason game. It was, oh my God, this dude's done. He's never going to be a shooter. And then bang, 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 back to back to back. And I'm like, what the hell's going on? What the hell's going on? So Matisse, 9 points. He was 3 for 5 from the 3-point line. And he had a couple games last year. He had a couple games last season where, he shot pretty good from the 3-point line. So we'll see moving forward and going into the season if he can continue that. But Matisse, we already know what he can do defensively. He has to add that 3-point shooting to his game if he wants to last in the NBA at all. And he was after starting out with an air ball, he redeemed himself in this game. And made 3 3-pointers. And then, of course, on the other end, in just 10 minutes of play, he has 2 steals and 2 rebounds. So, he was just what Matisse always is. Long arms, getting his hand on passes, getting it, tipping passes, messing up pick and rolls for the other squad. At the end of the half, he steals the ball and saves it inbounds and almost throws an alley-oop at the buzzer. Like, hustle guy, defender, but he has to add that shooting to his game. And I thought his shooting in this game after that first air ball and the second one that he shanked, he hit 3 in a row. It was impressive, and I'm really hoping that he can continue that. For sure. Paul Reed did his thing. Paul Reed's the energy guy that Paul Reed is, hustler, steals, rebounds, blocks. There was a Jarrett Allen tried to put back an offensive rebound in the first quarter, and Paul Reed just smacked it into the first row. Had some of those Paul Reed fouls that he gets, shouldering people around screens and things like that. How many fouls did he have? 4. Paul Reed, 4 personal fouls in 18 minutes. That ain't going to change, guys. I'm sorry. But I think Paul Reed and Montrezl Harrell, Doc can use both of them at the backup center position depending on, do you want to go more defense? Do you want a guy that can actually do something on the offensive side of the ball? But yeah, I'm liking Paul Reed, and I think him and Montrez can really rotate the backup center position, and even PJ Tucker if you want to go really small ball. So shout out to Paul Reed in this game too. DeAnthony Melton, man. DeAnthony Melton. Jake, I miss Trez too, man. I miss Trez too. Montrezl Harrell makes preseason basketball fun to watch, and so the fact that he didn't play in this game was like, damn, I don't get to watch Montrez out there diving on the floor, smacking shots out of bounds, screaming in the fourth quarter of a preseason game. So, that wasn't that much fun. Gavin says $500 dono if Sixers win versus Boston. I'm holding you to that, Gavin. I'm holding you to that. I'm screenshotting it. I'm screenshotting it. No, you don't have to do that. But if you do that, thank you. But you don't have to do that. Oh, man. Having a little bit of a back issue. I'm going to the chiropractor tomorrow. It is what it is. Yeah, DeAnthony Melton, man. A little bit of everything. Dude's a hustle guy. And I said when we first signed him that he should be the first guy off the bench. And he just should be. At 6'2" to do what he does is incredible. And it's so good for this team after what we went through last season. The lack of athleticism off the bench, the lack of ball handling, creation, shot creation, everything that we lacked last season, Daryl Morey went out and got in one offseason. Once he got rid of that issue we were dealing with last season, he went out and did everything he was supposed to do. DeAnthony Melton's fun, man. He's a lot of fun to watch. Fun to watch him block shots. Fun to watch a 6'2" guard grab an offensive rebound with his head almost at the rim. DeAnthony Melton's fun, man. He's going to be a lot of fun to watch. what notes I have on DeAnthony Melton, man. DeAnthony Melton made a skip pass to Tobias Harris off a pick and roll that I really liked. Because, what people have been saying so far is that maybe Shake Milton is more of a pick and roll point guard, and Shake Milton's the backup point guard, and DeAnthony Melton's more of a two guard. So to see DeAnthony Melton run a pick and roll and not just handle the ball in the situation, but read the floor and make a skip pass to Tobias in the corner for a wide open three made me feel good about DeAnthony Melton, because maybe he can be a backup point guard. Because he's better than Shake Milton. He just is. He's a better defender. He's quicker. He can jump higher. He's a better shooter. He's just better than Shake Milton. Yeah, like I said, Shake Milton, George Niang, Korkmaz, those kind of guys to me are players that we had because we didn't have players like DeAnthony Melton and Daniel House and PJ Tucker and on and on and on and Montrezl Harrell and all. I think Shake is Shake. Shake is doing what he does, but he's going to get a lot less playing time on this team with a guy like DeAnthony Melton in the rotation. It just is what it is. I like Shake Milton. I think he's value. I think he's valuable. I think he controls the ball. He can get you clutch buckets when you really need one off the bench and things like that. But I just think DeAnthony Melton, if I had to choose, should be playing more minutes than Shake, and I think he will. But Shake should be in there too. It's not bad to have two guys off the bench, Shake is looking better. You're right, Tim. Shake is looking better. I still don't know what's up with his shot, man. His three-point shot just completely went away. I don't know what happened to it. Shake used to be... I used to feel like Shake was automatic from the three-point line. His literal Twitter handle is Sniper Shake. He was known for it, and I don't know, man. He had a shoulder injury 2 seasons ago. Last year, he got kneed in the back by Joel and was out for 2 months. So, Shake's probably looking better because maybe he's like 100% healthy for the first time in a couple seasons. Yeah, it's not bad to have two off the bench. Remember Tyrese Maxey's rookie season, him and Shake were coming off the bench. In some games, they were dropping 15 apiece. So, if we can get that kind of production from both of them off the bench, I'd be happy. What else I gotta say, man? Furkan Korkmaz had a fast break and finished over Donovan Mitchell, which is funny to me, but I'm not going to overrate it. I don't really care. I don't want to see Korkmaz at all this season. It is what it is. Daniel House. I like Daniel House, man. I think Daniel House is a great addition to this team, too. I don't think people talk about Daniel House enough. Raisin, thank you for that. I don't think people talk about Daniel House enough. Not just the fact that he's a 40% three-point shooter for his career, not just the fact that Gavin, don't tell me what to do. Not just that Daniel House is a 40% career three-point shooter, not just that he made most of his career shooting three-pointers off of James Harden assists, but Daniel House actually does things with the ball. He actually creates with the ball. And, a couple plays, shot clock running down, scrambling, not real sure what's about to happen. Daniel House makes a couple plays, driving to the rim, finishing with an up and under layup, things like that. So I think Daniel House brings more to the game than just three-point shooting. And guys that can just play basketball, we've been saying it for a couple years now. We haven't had basketball players outside of Joel Embiid, James Harden, Tyrese Maxey. Outside of the top guys, we haven't had guys that can just ball. We always had these one-dimensional dudes that can shoot a three, but if their three's not falling, they're not giving you a damn thing. You might as well send them back to Turkey or back to the G League. So I feel like we finally have basketball players coming off the bench. Guys that can shoot threes, but also guys that can put the ball on the floor, guys that can create a shot in a tough situation with the shot clock running down. think there's a lot of shot creators on this team for the first time in a long damn time. A long damn time. And we should be very excited about it, man. We should be very, very excited about it. Isaiah Joe gets in the fourth quarter, and yeah, it's against the Cavs' deep bench, and our deep bench is out there, and, Jaden Springer's on the floor. Once Jaden Springer's on the floor, I'm like, okay, it's the fourth quarter of a preseason game. It's over. But Isaiah Joe had a couple of plays that I really liked, and I'm still unsure about him. I know I flip-flopped on him because I thought he should have got a lot more minutes last season when we lacked shooters and ball handlers, but he's also 6'4", 116 pounds, soaking wet. So part of me is like he's just not strong enough to play in the NBA. He can't hold his own. He can't get his positioning on the court, things like that. But he had a step-back three in this game that was really, really, really nice in the fourth quarter. He really created a lot of separation with that step-back three. And I'm just saying, maybe there's hope for Isaiah Joe. Maybe there's hope for Isaiah Joe. And then he had another step-back jumper from the mid-range, I believe, in the fourth quarter. That's all really Isaiah Joe's going to give you if he would end up getting some NBA minutes. But there might be hope for Isaiah Joe because he's a great shooter. He just has to be able to get separation in the NBA to get that shot off. And it's not easy for him being undersized like he is. So, I liked what I saw from Isaiah Joe. The last thing I'm going to say is Doc Rivers hates Charles Bassey. And I don't know what happened. How did Charles Bassey go from playing in meaningful games last season? Legitimately, he played a game filling in for Joel Embiid against the Denver Nuggets in November and had 12 rebounds and 5 blocks. And now Charles Bassey can't even get on the floor in a preseason game. Not just get on the floor in like the first half he can't do. He can't get on the floor at all. You got who the hell was out there? That Michael Foster Jr. getting minutes. So what happened to Charles Bassey, man? Is he really that bad? Like, I thought Charles Bassey had serious intangibles. He was one of the most NBA-ready players coming out of that draft. He has size. He can finish around the rim. He can rebound. He can catch lobs. He can play defense. He's a shot blocker. Like, I don't understand what happened to Charles Bassey and why now he can't get on the floor. Is he really that bad? I know I expected to see him like perform in the summer league. I expected him to look like an NBA player amongst G Leaguers, and he didn't look like that at all in the summer league. But I would expect to see, Charles Bassey do some things in the preseason, and he's not even getting on the floor. So I don't know what's happening with Charles Bassey. DNP coach's decision. So if you guys have an answer for that, what the hell happened to Charles Bassey? Like, did he laugh about Doc Rivers' Twitter scandal? And now Doc's, pissing him off? Did he maybe say, hey, Doc, you got to use a burner? And Doc benched him for the rest of his life? I don't know, man. Tim Starr says, Bassey should get a few minutes in preseason. You can tell he's next. Gone, especially signing Trez. Yeah, he's gone for sure. I don't think Bassey's... I think Bassey's getting cut for sure. Marcus Moore, thank you for the $5 super chat, adding to the super chat jar. Thank you for the support. Sheba Dog Boeing, respectfully. Oh, that's the damn. That's a Sheba Dog bowing respectfully. That's an emoji, right? That doesn't show up in the chat. Is that what's going on here? Or did you type that because... Are you the one that sent that last season and I read it out loud and everyone laughed at me? Anyway, I get the joke, and thank you for the super chat. Larry James Bassey has no offensive skills. I don't know. I think he has offensive skills, man. I like he looked like he had offensive skills anyway, last year. Speed Demon, if he was on any other team, he would get minutes in a heartbeat. I don't know. Maybe you're right. Maybe you're right. We'll see, man. I don't know. It's weird. I don't know what the hell happened to Charles Bassey, man. Let me get my phone line up here real quick. I know a couple people wanted to call the show, give their opinion on things, man. Maybe give your opinion on James Harden. Maybe somebody's gonna overreact. Maybe we'll see. Yeah, the phone line is open if you want to call. I believe it is, if I'm doing it right. I am a one-man band. I am a one-man show. I am my own producer. Things don't always go as planned. It's a family show. Yeah. Says somebody's waiting. Dan Vickers? Let me see. Admit. Please. Dan, you there?
Yeah, this D. Douglas Vickers. How you doing, man?
Good, man. What's going on?
Nothing much. This you, DJ?
It sure is, man. What's going on? This is me. This is DJ Eastwood on the screen, man.
Okay, yeah. I was listening to you on my phone, man, and I didn't know you picked me up though. But you was talking about Bassey. I think Doc is just doing them unfair, man. Every player should play, and every player should have the opportunity to prove himself. But I think Doc has his picks and chooses, and this is why he's not a great coach. So he's not a great coach. We got the team now, we just don't have the coach.
No, I agree with you.
And I think we might get
Doc Rivers.
We might get Udoka next year. Who knows, man? Everybody's going to be bidding for him. As long as you ain't got no women on the team, you okay, But I think we might get Udoka next year. I don't know. But we're not ready. We're not ready until we get a new coach. And that's how it is, because anytime you start playing somebody like Isaiah Joe for only 8 minutes and you don't put him out there to prove himself, and he's been here for almost 3 years, and you're not letting Bassey get in there, and he's been here for almost 3 years. You letting other players like Charlie Brown and stuff get in. I don't know. What's wrong with Doc?
I don't know.
But when you was talking about Bassey was getting those points when Doc wasn't there, and it was, I think it was during COVID, and the other guy took his place. I think his name is Dan, and he was the one that was playing Bassey, and that's when Bassey was beating up on everybody. So
you're absolutely right.
I can't tell you, DJ.
You're absolutely right about that. It was Dan Burke, and also that first when Dan Burke filled in for Doc Rivers, Isaiah Joe had 2 games where he had 18 points in one game and 11 points in the next. Right. And then when Doc came back, you didn't see him again for the rest of the season. Right. So that's a good point.
That's right. And thanks for taking my call. That's what I wanted to say anyway. But our young guys is not going to never succeed as long as Doc Rivers is there.
I can't disagree
with
you.
And that's us face up.
I can't disagree with you. Hey, thanks, man. Thank you.
All right.
Thanks for calling as always, man. Call back again.
Okay, now.
Later.
I will.
Dan's a funny dude, man. But no, it's a good point, man. Like, we were ranting all last season, and now I'm like, are these players just not good? Or is it just Doc Rivers being Doc Rivers? And you think about Doc Rivers' reputation over the course of his career, yeah, he's always been known for not giving young guys a chance, being stubborn, playing his favorite players. So, Dan said that we're not going to go anywhere until the coach changes. That could be true. That was my prediction in the middle of this offseason. I said, we're going to be a championship level team, but Doc Rivers is going to kill us in the playoffs, and then we're going to fire him, and then that's probably still my honest prediction. That's probably still my honest prediction, because he's a coach that you have to outplay. You have to outplay Doc Rivers' deficiencies as a head coach. It's just a fact. He's not a good lineup decision maker. He's stubborn. He doesn't listen to anyone. He argues with the media. He's my way or the highway kind of guy. It's interesting, man. But Dan's right that Dan Burke did have Charles Bassey playing meaningful minutes when he filled in for Doc Rivers, and he was getting something out of Isaiah Joe that Doc Rivers can't seem to get out of him. So, interesting, but I can't disagree. I hope I think this team actually might be good enough. Tim, you're right with me on the same page there. I think it'll be too hard to mess this rotation up. Yeah, I think Daryl gave him enough talent that he can win a championship with it. We'll see, man. He said well, we might get Udoka as long as we don't have any females working there. That's not funny, man. Yeah, I love Burke and Cassell too, man. Couple more people on the line, man. Vran? Is it Vran? Am I saying that right? What's going on?
Hey, what's up, DJ Eastwood? Bo calling again. How you doing?
How you doing, man? What's your name?
Bo.
Bo, okay, man. What's up? How you doing?
Yeah, I'm good, man. I just want to address something real quick. I'm tired of hearing this constant, we want Houston Harden, we want MVP Harden. No, you don't. Yeah, he puts up 30, 40 points a game. He also takes 40, 45 shots per game, which is not what we need right now. Believe it or not, I think with the steps Maxey's taken, last year's Harden was perfect for this team. Yeah, he's a little quicker, which is great. Maybe he's got more bounce, maybe he's got more cardio. Great. But last year's Harden, 20 points per game, and other than that, dish the rock. That's the game. Like you said, it's 1A, 1B. We need to have a constant tandem scoring duo of Maxey drawing a double team, Embiid drawing a double team, Maxey, Embiid, back and forth. And whenever both are being covered, yeah, Harden, get yours. Get 20 a game. That's fine. Mm-hmm. But I want my 11, 12 assists per game. He needs to be a hybrid of Houston Harden and the one facet of Simmons' game they did well. It's that, I can still shoot, but I'm here to get the ball to those that are going to score on a regular, consistent basis, which we're seeing is clearly Maxey and Embiid.
Absolutely.
What are your thoughts?
Absolutely. Yeah, I just hope. I completely agree with that because, with the emergence of Maxey, you don't need Harden to morph back into 30 shot a game, 31 points per game, Houston Harden. You're absolutely right. And, I think everybody's on the same page that he's probably never going to be that again anyway. And I completely agree. He has to be a hybrid of what he did in Brooklyn. And really the first 4 games when he came back, when we made the trade, that what he looked like those first 4 games was unbelievable. It was just flowing so perfectly. Nobody was ready for Tyrese Maxey at that time yet. Maxey was playing off of the attention Harden was drawing so well. So, yeah, I can't disagree with that at all, man. And if Harden, you might be right. What we got from him last season was enough as long as Maxey keeps playing the way that he's playing right now. So the fact that, Harden looks a little bit quicker and has a little bit more bounce and a finishing ability and things like that is even better. So it's only the preseason, but I have to agree, man. I really think Maxey's a number 2 scorer on this team right now, for sure. I really think that.
With the reemergence of James Cardio, I think that's what we needed as a whole, because that's going to be his difference maker in a 7-game stretch, in one of these big playoff wars we're going to have at some point in the playoffs this year, whether it's the Eastern Conference Finals, the second round, whatever. We need Harden to have that cardio and that health to show out in those games, which he didn't last year. We're hoping that's the X factor difference. But, I mean, the fanboys, the frauds, they're going to chirp, oh, he needs 40 points per game, so he's not getting 30 per game, he's washed. No, he's just a veteran who understands there's more to the game than an MVP. I want a ring. And if me getting a ring means not taking 30 shots per game, dishing the rock, and scoring when everyone else is double teamed, that's great. And evidence of this is the first 3 possessions. You want to know how Maxey magically was open to drill those 3 threes? Yeah, he shoots 2,000 a day in the offseason. He's great. But he was wide open because people were crashing on Harden. Harden was crashing the rims, and they were barreling down on, which left Maxey wide open. That's the whole game we're playing this year. So, yeah, give me Harden with – I'll give you – or, sorry, language, but I'll give you 18 points per game and 13 assists. Because Maxey's going to get his this year, and the biggest difference in Maxey's game is this confidence. Him attacking constantly, and Harden's going to provide that. It's a great duo for us.
Absolutely, man. I think you're absolutely right. I'm excited for it. I'm excited to see where it goes, man. Hey, thanks for calling.
Hey, one last thing. Look, there's no way you're going to convince me that Isaiah Joe and Charles Bassey are both worse than Furkan Korkmaz. Why those guys on the chopping block? I don't get it, man. You can't explain to me they're both worse than Furky.
I definitely don't understand Michael Foster Jr. getting run when you have Charles Bassey, who Daryl drafted. You know, Foster Jr. was a 10-day contract, one of those before the season last year or whatever. Yeah, I just don't understand the lack of trying to at least develop him and seeing what he has in the preseason. Like, why is he not getting on the floor at all in a preseason game? I don't get it. But, you know, maybe he's already cut.
I get it. It's Fraud Rivers, man.
Thanks for calling, Bo, man. I appreciate you.
Thanks, man.
Later. Shout out to Bo. Shout out to Bo, man. The phone line program that I'm using, I can now type in your name, so when you call again, your name is there, and I'll know who it is. I'll be able to remember, you know, quite honestly, who's going to be a good caller and who's not. So, you know, a couple great callers tonight, man. Dan and Bo. Thank you guys for calling in and hanging out with me. Shane, you still here, man? Shane wanted to call in. Shane, where are you at, bro? Is it bedtime, Shane? You got school in the morning, man. Shane left. He had to go to bed at 10, man. His mom was probably yelling at him. Yeah, but I think Bo's right, man. I think Bo's right. I think this version of James Harden, he's a smart basketball player. And he's one of the best facilitators of all time. Think about that for a second. He's one of the best facilitators of all time. So, you know, he's going to play his game. He's not going to overshoot the ball. It says somebody's waiting in the meeting lobby, but I'm in the lobby and there's nobody here. Oh, we got somebody here. We got two callers on the line, man. We'll go bang, bang, and then I'm up out of here, man. All right? Caller on the line. What's up?
What's going on, DJ?
How you doing, man? What's your
name?
name?
Good. But I just wanted to give a little bit on, I don't know whether or not it's our schemes, if we just are more active now because we have, like, better defensive players. But our defense has been so good lately that it's, like, very, like, making me excited. And I don't know if it's just the preseason, but it's just been making me super excited because we've been super active. And, like, you can see us hustling. Like, even out here without Joel today, I feel like we were beating them on the boards every time.
Yeah, we added a lot of players that can play D, man. Like, we, you know, from last season, what we looked like with, you know, unathletic guys out there that were just getting smoked on the offensive glass and in transition, and you add PJ Tucker, Daniel House, DeAnthony Melton. Like, we added a lot of guys that are athletes and can play defense too. You know, it's going to be a lot of, you know. And Joel said they want to be the top defensive team in the league, and I think this is real defense, not that 2019 bully ball because we're all taller than everybody, Al Horford and Embiid garbage. I think this is real perimeter defense. So, yeah, I'm excited for it too, man.
Yeah, but that's all I had. I'm happy for the season, and good luck to you with all the, you know, endeavors and stuff going on. But, all right, I'll see you, man.
Appreciate you, man. I'll hear from you soon.
Bye.
VR Heem on the line. I really got to figure out how to turn the music off on this thing, man. Anyway, thank you all for hanging out on a Monday night preseason game Sixers post-game live. 227 people in here after a Monday night preseason game that, let's be honest, basically nobody gives a shit about. That's because you 227 people are absolutely psychotic level Sixers fans. That's why I made this channel. That's why I'm up here. That's why you're up here. Hit the like button. Thanks for hanging out. I'll catch y'all next time. Sixers are undefeated in the preseason. Phillies play tomorrow at 1 p.m., ladies and gentlemen. A real baseball playoff series. I don't give a damn about baseball until it's the playoffs. Phillies haven't been in the playoffs for 11 years. So I'm hype again. And I don't know if I'm going to talk Phillies on this channel just because the way the YouTube algorithm works. If you just kind of cover too many topics, it really jacks up, the algorithm and what people like, what they don't like. It tries to guess what people want to see and want to hear. So I don't know if I'm going to talk Phillies on this show, but I'll mention them once in a while. I'll chop it up about them a little at the end of streams and things like that. I think that's just what I'll do. Yeah, man. Y'all have a good one. Peace.